Are two girlfriends actually better than one? This was a question posed by Aku, another person on YouTube. You should, go subscribe to them, right? Because this video idea is from them, right? Because I watched their own video and saw that this was very insightful, right? The main idea, right? Are two girlfriends better than one? Not necessarily the number two, but more or less, right? Is it better to have multiple girlfriends or just one? So instead, I decided to make my own video about it. So here, you have to understand before we get into this, right? You have to understand if you already deal with if you can't already handle societal backlash for any type of relationship, then you might want to click off because a polygamous relationship will already give you societal backlash no matter if you want it or not. So you have to understand that if you're not willing to deal with it, you know what I mean? It's just the way of the world. The world, it's a place full of judgment and hostility. So the way society views polygamous relationships from a monogamous standpoint, they'll see it as a greedy or lustful endeavor, which I can totally understand the viewpoint, but I don't think it is. I think it's much more complex and nuanced. I think from Aku's perspective, what he was talking about in the video, right? He mentioned about one of his friends, right, had a little bit of trauma from their divorce and stuff like this. I think it's much less of trauma and more like, it's not really you bro couldn't really move on away from a fear, right? These people, no matter who you're with, they're not going to stay with you necessarily. What I mean by this is that they're not obligated to stay with you unless they feel as though they are or as though they should. Like they want to be with you for you, they love you, they care for you, stuff like this. But if they don't feel that way, they can just always dip. And that's the complex part about relationships, that no one is obligated to stay with you. Yeah, and even Aku mentioned that as well. No one's obligated. You're not entitled to a relationship. Pros, pros when it comes to this, right? Aku mentioned that his friend was like, "Yo, more emotional support," but then there comes into play that Aku also mentioned about friends could do the exact same thing. Yes, friends could provide more emotional support on the offhand, especially, right? You could just take the more emotional support and lack, the sexual intimacy with that person, and boom, you get the offhand. But maybe it's not about the more emotional support. Maybe it's about the sexual access, right? So you gotta have to be a little more honest about what you actually want, right? Another point, right? The freedom of opportunity. Like you don't have to be shackled down to one person. You could be like, oh, I want to give this person, or I want to be with this person, as long as your partner is completely okay with such things. So instead, right? But you have to think about it. It's complex, right? Are you actually stepping out because you you feel like you feel like, oh, it's fine, it's okay, my partner's okay with it, it's all good, right? In this relationship, fine. Or are you stepping out because you feel as though your partner being tied to one person is as if a burden upon you, right? You have to think about it like that, right? Then you also have to think about what can make a polyamorous relationship succeed or fail, right? What can make it succeed, right? You need communication, honesty, understanding, and self-awareness, right? There's a lot more other traits you could also name, but I feel like to a certain extent these ones or the ones I could think of, you know, um, because I'm not the biggest thing in the world. Everything I'm saying take with a grain of salt. But yeah, self-awareness. You need to be able to identify why do you want a certain relationship, or do you think you're worthy of such a relationship. I view it as, oh yeah, are you worthy? But other people may view it as, you don't have to be worthy, you just gotta want the relationship to happen, and it can, right? Honesty. You have to be honest with your feelings, right? Do you actually want this relationship, or does your partner want this relationship? Do they really, are they okay with you dating this person, or are your polygamous dynamics like, oh yeah, they're polygamous and you're polygamous, or they're monogamous, you're polygamous, that way, you know what I mean? Like a harem type thing from anime. You have to think about it that way as well. Right, understanding. You have to understand that that this person may not feel okay with all this stuff, right? So they may choose to leave instead. So you have to, take your actions, with a grain of salt and understand that they do have consequences in some regard, right? But then you have to think about the cons as well. The cons to all of this: financial burden. If you do not make enough money, you could be burdened by such things. A relationship where you're taking care of one, two, three, four more people could financially burden you, right? Could make you collect debt or other things. But the funniest part about this is that the financial burden is actually what you shouldn't be concerned about unless money is what you really need to be worried about. If you don't make a lot of money or you don't have a lot of money, then yes, worry about that. But at the same time, you should be fine because the relationship is actually between you, the bond between you and that person, and not necessarily about what you can give to them materialistically. You know what I mean? And then you also have to realize, from my own anecdotal, from my own experience, right? From my own experience, more harm could be done instead of help. What if there's two women, for example, what if there's two women that want to be with you, but they don't necessarily want to share you. They just want to be with you, right? Right? You don't specify polygamy or anything like that, but you are thinking polygamy because you don't want to hurt this person's feelings. And you don't want to hurt this person's feelings. So what do? You'd be like, hey, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you would express this in the best way possible, but you basically want to get with them both because you don't want to hurt either of their feelings, right? But what if neither one wants to share you at all? So now they both might just walk away hurt that you couldn't choose. Right. You could do more harm than help. You could probably end a friendship than to get into a relationship by doing such things. I think people need to understand that these relationships could work. Well, not even could, they can. They can. But it all depends on you and your partners and the way that you and them move. If you want two women in your life, two men in your life, or whoever, you have to be okay with it, and your partners also have to be okay with it as well. You have to be honest. You have to be transparent. You have to want the relationship to work, and they do as well. If they don't want it, they can always leave. They can always leave. That's just the way it is. I think two girlfriends could be better than one, but I wouldn't know because I actually have zero relationship experience. So everything I've said up to this point, take it with a grain of salt because I do not have enough relationship experience to give you advice. I'm simply expressing my own opinion. If let's just say I wanted more than one relationship, right? I wanted not just one girlfriend, but two, three, four, or so on and so forth, right? It would take a lot of work. And if you're not willing to make that work, then you should not go for it. And it's as simple as that. Life can be easy and life can be complex. But remember, it's all about the way it works. It's all about your bond with these women or with these men, right? It's just the way of the world. If you're not ready to handle such a burden, not burden, but such a task, don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat it. Right? Because you have time. You have time to, experience, oh, do I like this thing or do I like this thing? That's just the way it is. You have time. So there's no reason to even worry about it. But for me, I don't know. I don't know if I'm polygamous. I don't know if I'm monogamous. I have zero relationship experience. So there's no point of me sitting here to try to tell y'all what is the best way to move. But instead, I think you should just try it out for yourself. See what you like. See what your partner likes. And try to get to understand them on a more fundamental level, right? Or a more emotional level to the point where you and their communication, right? It's just tight. It's tight. It's nice, right? And y'all feel connected even more. And don't let don't let the world's outside view, right, tarnish what experiences that you might go into, right? Because polygamy is not immoral on any diabolical basis. It's just, right, just looked down upon because we live in a monogamous society. Nothing more, nothing less. But remember, do this out of love. Do this out of care. Do not do this out of lust or greed. Those will make your relationship fail fast. Because if you're only worried about the intimacy, like the sexual intimacy, or you're only worried about, you know what I mean, that you get to, try to flex on other people and be like, oh, look who I have. I got two beautiful men or women around. It's like, don't. Just do it for you, do it for them, and enjoy your life. Make sure to comment down what you think of this video and if I should do more like it. And also, make sure to follow my Twitch and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure to join the Discord down below in the description. Thank you, and I'll see you. Peace.